Christian Horner's sudden firing shocked the entire Formula One community. After more than 2 decades as Red Bull Racing's longest-serving team principal, the Brit was shown the door with immediate effect, leaving fans, pundits, and insiders scrambling for answers. But beneath the surface of this abrupt decision lies a deeper story, one that involves shifting shareholder power, internal politics, and the undeniable influence of the Verstappen camp. The tieback faction that had staunchly supported Horner for years ultimately pulled the trigger, handing the reins to the Austrian shareholders who apparently felt the time had come to make a long-overdue change. Yet the question remains, how did the Verstappen family and Helmut Marko play a part in this power play? And can Horner still prove that his removal was a misstep? The shockwaves from Red Bull's decision to sack Horner immediately will take time to fully digest. Getting fired is one thing. It happens in sport and business all the time. But to be dismissed without even finishing the season is almost unheard of at this level. The fact that the team didn't want Horner around for a single race in 2025 suggests that whatever transpired was considered far more serious than a simple change in management strategy. The key to understanding this lies in the shifting dynamics within Red Bull's ownership structure. There are 2 main factions, the Thai side and the Austrian side. Kalerm Uvidhia, who held 2% of Red Bull shares and represented the Thai interest, was Horner's biggest ally. Thanks to the Uvidhia family's overall 51% majority stake, the Austrians couldn't move without Thai approval. Then on May 20th, everything changed. Kalerm transferred his shares to a Geneva-based trust company, effectively stepping away from direct involvement. This might sound minor, but it dismantled the Thai majority and paved the way for the Austrian faction to act decisively. Suddenly, Horner's support system crumbled, without him even realizing it. To grasp how someone holding only 2% of shares could wield such sway, you need to go back to Red Bull's origins. When Dietrich Mateschitz and Kalerm Uvidhia founded the company, ownership was split so that the Thai side held the majority through the Uvidhia family, including Kalerm. This majority guaranteed Kalerm's backing for Horner, which until recently kept the Austrian side's hands tied. But now, with that shield gone, the Austrians seized their chance, and the Verstappen family, along with Helmut Marko, were waiting in the wings. Marko and the Verstappens had long been rumored to want Horner out, viewing him as an obstacle rather than an ally. The power struggle had been simmering for years, with Verstappen's father, Jos, reportedly calling for Horner's departure during a bitter feud in early 2024. Though Max Verstappen himself always appeared loyal to Horner publicly, it was clear that Jos's influence and the family's growing clout within Red Bull shifted the internal balance. Fast forward to this summer, and the burning question in F1 has been Max Verstappen's future. Mercedes chief Toto Wolff confirmed conversations behind closed doors between Verstappen's camp, which includes his father and manager Raymond Vermeulen and other teams. Speculation grew that Horner's firing could be linked to these negotiations. One theory is that Verstappen's camp used their leverage to push for Horner's removal, suggesting that Max might be more inclined to stay at Red Bull only if there was a change at the top. Verstappen's contract runs through 2028, but reportedly includes release clauses, so the stakes couldn't be higher. Bernie Ecclestone, one of F1's most powerful voices and a close friend of Horner, didn't hold back when asked about the firing. Speaking to the media, Bernie questioned the tone of Red Bull's official statement, which cited an immediate termination, a phrase he found extremely harsh. Ecclestone revealed he had spoken with Horner just days before and that Horner seemed unaware of what was coming. "It's like he murdered somebody," Bernie said, expressing disbelief that a man with such a long and successful career at Red Bull would be shown the door so abruptly. To Bernie, the suddenness suggested something far more serious than a dip in performance. He also criticized the manner of Horner's dismissal, saying that if someone is going to be fired, it's standard to have a conversation first and announce a mutual parting of ways. The fact that Red Bull skipped this courtesy implied that Horner must have done something drastic. This reasoning aligns with what insiders believe. The exit wasn't simply about results. Red Bull's performance had been strong for years, delivering 6 Constructors' Championships and 8 Drivers' titles during his tenure. But recent troubles and controversies cast a shadow over his legacy. Just days before Horner's exit, the British Grand Prix underscored Red Bull's struggles. Max Verstappen recovered from a mid-race spin to finish 5th, while teammate Yuki Tsunoda had a disastrous day, finishing last. The team currently sits 4th in the Constructors' Championship, trailing leaders McLaren by 288 points, a far cry from their dominant heyday. Laurent Mekies, recently promoted from leading the Junior Racing Bull squad, now takes over as team principal, tasked with steering Red Bull back to the front. The scandal that rocked Horner's reputation erupted around 18 months ago with allegations of inappropriate behavior by a female colleague. Although Horner was twice cleared of sexual harassment claims after internal investigations, the incident unleashed a media storm fueled by leaked WhatsApp messages that embarrassed the team and damaged Horner's standing. Bernie was blunt about this episode,